Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, we are going to be talking about 7 JSON, and as you can see, I have already gone ahead to create a book model, and the old code, you can find it down here, nicely commented out for you in case if you need to refresh your mind on something. And so what's happening here? Basically, we have our serve mocks created. This is our file server for loading static files, and finally down here we have our HTTP server serving our serving response to all the requests. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the task we have here, which is 7 JSON. So the first thing we're going to do is to register a handler, and we're going to call it, because we're going to use a handler function to do that. And we just want to, let's say we want to load books. Okay, so let's just say books for now. And for that, we're going to create a function. I'm going to call this function load books. It's just a random name anyway. And we're going to go ahead and create this function up here, and this function is going to be it is going to implement the HTTP handler interface, which basically means that it's going to accept a requests and a response writer parameter. And okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a book. To do that, okay, actually I'm going to go ahead and pause this video and write out all this function, and get back and I'll explain what is going on. All right, so basically we go ahead and create an instance of a book, which is literally a simple, just one single book, the Silmarillion. We provide the author, jar token, and of course the published at, which we assume is going to be now. This is inaccurate, but let's just use this for now. So we go ahead here and marshal this into a JSON. As you can see, we've already defined the names that we want to be mapped to our JSON object. And generally JavaScript is known for, JSON is known for JavaScript. I think the JSON literally means JavaScript something object notation. Okay, so yeah, that's what it is. We are mapping this name to this name, and this author, we're mapping it to this author, and so on and so forth. So you're basically marshalling this book type into JSON, and then we're checking for errors here. If there is any error, we send back a HTTP error, passing in the error message, and of course also updating the status code, in this case internal server error for now, which is basically 500 error status code. Yeah, as you can see up here. Okay, so that's that, and we return. Now we come here and we set a header. If you remember, in one of the previous videos I talked about modifying headers, and I said something like that headers are like when you're trying to post a letter, you might write some information about your delivery on the back of the post. Okay, maybe you are delivering an online purchase, and on it you have certain information about the content of the post. So headers tend to give us the ability to set these things so that they get to the browser first. So when a response comes back to the browser reads the header and then takes note. It checks, okay, is the content that was sent to me, is it the plain text? If it is plain text, it renders it as plain text. If it is HTML, it renders as HTML. If it is JSON, it knows it's JSON and does the proper thing. So in our case, we are sending back JSON, so we are setting the content type to application/JSON, and that should take care of things for us. Okay, so down here I have already registered that function in the /books. So so the next thing we're going to do is to actually test this out. So we're going to go ahead, localhost 8,000 / books, enter. And no, we did not start the server, so I'm just going to go ahead and do that right now. And there we go, our server seems to be running. Refresh this page, and as you can see, our JSON was returned perfectly, just as we want it to be. Okay, right, so yeah, that is it. We just have JSON, and there are a couple of things that we can do. We could convert this into a string slice, which we could go ahead and say string, actually not string, book. Okay, I'm going to pause this video and complete this. Okay, so we could even return a list of books from here, and so let's check. Let's start that server. Okay, it's already running, and can go ahead and run that again. Books, and as you can see, it returns a list of books for us. So yeah, this could actually be your database. Maybe when the user makes a request, you can now go ahead and query your database for all the books and get the same response. All right, so that's that about serving JSON. I think the most peculiar thing here is the setting the header and how you encode the JSON. There are actually multiple ways of doing this. I think we could even possibly still do this thing like say json.new encoder, I think, yeah, %w, and then say dot encode, and say book. Yeah, this should work, and we'll have to get rid of this since we don't really need it. If I try to restart this, I refresh, and as you can see, it still works like planned. Okay, so I'm gonna take it back to the way it was. So that's that for serving JSON. And next we're going to talk about templating. Okay, so I'm going to separate out this code here. So okay, go ahead and pause this and clean this up. All right, guys, so I've gone ahead and I've created a simple templates. Okay, so notice the weird curly braces that we are seeing here in the HTML file. So this is what the Go templating engine is going to replace with actual data. I'll go ahead and show you guys how to do that. So we'll start by registering our handler. So we're gonna say marks that handle, we use a handle func, then we can say book. Okay, so once we do that, we use the function name, which we're gonna call say get book. Okay, let's just show book. Just show, yeah, just show. I think show is fine. I don't need to show book. All right, so we're gonna come up here, not down, up, and define our show function, which again is going to implement this handler function interface. It's going to return nothing. So I think the first thing we'll have to do, we'll go ahead and set the header. So content type, instead of applying the JSON, we want to send HTML. So we'll say text.html, and we want the char set to be UTF-8. So UTF-8. So after setting the header, we are going to be importing a templating package that comes with that is in the Go standard library. So it's gonna be templates dot so we want the HTML template, so hit enter, and that will be imported up here, as you can see. So after that, go ahead and say must, okay, go ahead and say templates dot pass files. All right, so we want it to pass our HTML file, so we go ahead and just put that in here, index.html. Okay, so once that is done, we'll go ahead and get the data we want to be passed into our HTML templates. And to do that, we can just come here and borrow one of these. Okay, so again, this is a good place where you can implement a database. So once you get here, you make a request and data gets fetched from your DB, then you can go ahead and do what you want to do. Okay, so go ahead and say tmpl dot say execute. Okay, passing our response writer, and then passing the book itself. So what will happen is go loads this template, and then this execute function takes this book data and then passes it into the template, and also returns a response straight to our response writer. So I'm going to go ahead and compile that, and we'll test it out in the browser. There we go. Okay, so localhost 8000 static index.html, and there we go. Get that's a JavaScript, and also we get this, and this was not executed properly. So what could be the problem? Let's have a look. Why is this not working? It seems like I think I'm not loading this properly. I think this should be the book. Yeah, this should be book, not static. We're trying to load it statically, so that shouldn't work. And even at this, we still have an error somewhere, so let's check it out. And we have a panic. Okay, so now that's what this must method does. So it will crash if it cannot find the template, and as you can see, it cannot find our template. So we need to help the Go engine find our template. So let's debug this together. Okay, trying to scroll to the error, and go ahead and delete this. So I have a lot more space here. Okay, I think week 4. So go run. Okay, before I execute that again, let me have a look. So okay, our template is hidden. So I think since we are not saving this statically, sorry, let's give it a path. So no, it's assets / go ahead and recompile this and try it out again. Fresh page, and as you can see, everything was added nicely. So we can actually increase the size of our h6 tags. Let's make them h4, so this looks a bit nicer. Come on. All right, so refresh. As you can see, gets bigger too, and everything is looking nice and clean. All right, so yeah, that's templating, and templating is a very large topic. Things like looping, you can do loops, pass multiple data and loop through them on your HTML, and it's something I advise you to have a look at if you are very much interested. And yeah, if you need me to share any resource with you, send me a message, I will do that accordingly. All right, so that's that about templating. So I'm going to stop this video here, and the next video we're going to talk about forms, middlewares, and databases. See you then.